Good morning. Today is Saturday, March 12th, 2022. It is close to 8 o'clock a.m. in the morning. We are walking from the Mediterranean Inn up to Carrie Park. You can see the uphill incline, but it's only a couple of blocks away. Carrie Park, because it's at the top of this incline, gives a nice perspective shot of downtown Seattle once you turn around. Yeah, we do have our bicycles because afterward we're going to try to bicycle to along the coast and maybe Pike Market. So we'll see how that goes. This is definitely a steep incline. I don't know how someone could bicycle up this street. You know, Google Maps, when you do bicycling directions, it shows this, but we looked and knew, there's no way we're biking up that. Even coming downhill, it seemed quite dangerous to try to bike downhill. Once I get further on up, I'll turn around and show how it looks going all the way back down. At the corner of Queen Anne Avenue and Highland Drive. That's where we just walked up that huge hill. And to get an idea of the hill that I'm talking about, you see part of the Seattle skyline and then all the way down. I always see and hear that that's the norm for like the San Francisco or some parts of California, but that was the steepest version I've walked up before in my life. And then Carrie Park is supposed to be a little bit down the road this direction. We're getting closer to the park. You can see when you turn to your left here, that big staircase, view of the water. We saw some people about a block away going toward the left, so we're speculating that that's where Kerry Park is. Yesterday I tried my first biking video wearing a chest mount, and past midnight I started looking at the quality of the videos, and I was very happy with how they turned out. Everything was straight and you could hear even my audio pretty clearly. So that video should be uploaded probably by the time this one is up on Poco Traveler. Okay. So I think this is at Carrie Park probably. It's another staircase. Looks like they have a couple of green telescope things up here too. Walked a little bit further down to the opposite end of Carrie Park, because you get a much better viewpoint from this direction of the whole Skyline. Try to zoom in on the Space Needle again with the mountain there in the background. Okay. I was trying to spot where the Mediterranean Inn was, and I think I found it. It's that building there with the yellow and white and the black windows on it. We haven't checked the rooftop out, but if you go to the rooftop, it's supposed to have a decent view of downtown Seattle. Similar to this one, just much closer. Alright, so Carrie Park was just down that way. I actually put my chest mount on now because we're going to do a little bit of bike riding, just trying to show the Queen Anne neighborhood. So yeah, this is going to be a little bit of random riding around streets, getting a grasp for the neighborhood. This particular spot here has some construction going on for, looks like, future Queen Anne condominiums. We've already surpassed that giant hill from this morning's video. We're moving further north at the moment. Eventually we're going to try to head further west toward the water. So I'll try going out and going to the left here. Oh, there's some type of pizzeria there on the left. The reason I turned off of that road is because it's more of a main road. Not sure how much this video will be picking up the houses that are on the left and right, as opposed to just filming the center of the road. But hopefully it's giving a nice perspective. One thing we noticed on Google Maps ahead of time, my brother kept looking at it, they have these roundabouts everywhere at these side street intersections. So it was funny because we actually took a picture of one specifically yesterday. Because we were like, there's the roundabouts we kept seeing. Yeah, for the moment, I'm actually going to go on the sidewalk here just to hopefully give a better view of some of the houses. There's also some nice houses like on the left, for example. I'm going to stop and just angle it toward that direction. See how they're up on a little bit of an incline. Cute little houses. We have a nice tree here changing colors to pink. Looks like we have a small playground here. I'm going to pull over and then think about what direction I want to go to next. So I looked at Google Maps a little bit and decided I'll try going to the left here. Since this is another incline going up, I'm walking at the moment. This is a hill because it's a little shorter. If I really wanted to, I could probably ride it, but one of those things where you're trying not to sweat a ton, and I also don't want you guys to hear me breathing super hard on the video. We've climbed that incline, so how about let's go to the right a little bit. I feel like eventually I'm going to go that way toward the west, but for now let's take this side street. Some people may say, like, wait a minute, this isn't a tourist thing. But there's plenty of tourist related stuff to do, and with the weather being sunny, and this will probably be the last time it's nice conditions like this. It's supposed to rain later today. We always love checking out the vibe of residential neighborhoods. We did it in Las Vegas. We took a bike trail out to a place called Summerlin, got to see how some houses looked in that area. Then we did it in Orlando. Rode from the downtown Orlando area out to, forgot exactly what the name of the community was. Check Google Maps again for a second. See how there's the bus stop there? A lot of the buses, or most of the buses, we noticed take the cables that are at the top of these streets. So, it's interesting. I haven't seen that in other cities for a lot of buses. But it seems to be prominent for almost all of them here. So you've got stairs that go all the way down there. I don't know how much you can see that on the video. Oh yeah, geez. Look at this alleyway on the right side here. And one of the things I'm missing out on is taking pictures of these views. Okay, so let's try to go down 7th Avenue now. Just in the short span right here, I noticed a lot of walkers and joggers on this street, even though it's not a dedicated trail. Here's West Blaine Street. I don't know whether to go down or over here. Let's go this way. Look at this little roundabout, not roundabout, sorry, street ending. Looks like there's stairs at the very bottom where you could continue walking on further. That's the 8th Avenue street we just came from, and it does continue further on, but I wanted to get off the bike for a second and show more of a perspective of the area. Down this alley, there were a lot of nice little houses, or big houses, but that's the area I just showed. This street continues on. And then again there's 8th Avenue. But even just take a look at this house here, for example, like 1432 on 8th Avenue. And then look at the houses all the way up on the hill. There's even a tree house way up there. So before we leave this area, curiosity got the best of us. Said let's walk down near these steps and just peek at what they lead to, or what the view looks like from there. Imagine trying to drive down this thing and then parking in one of these. That would be like hell to me. Oh, so this is actually an alleyway, not a dead end. I thought it was a complete dead end. And the same goes for that direction. And then you could take the steps all the way down. And then there's the uphill shot where I just came from. Continuing our bike ride down 8th Avenue now. So West Highland is where the Carrie Park place was. I believe we're going to go down this way to get to our next spot. I'll confirm that on Google Maps. Alright, so instead of going down that hill at the moment, first we're going to explore a little bit more of the neighborhood. This is actually the road that Carrie Park is on, so if we kept going straight, we would end up at Carrie Park again. I noticed in a few biking videos when people have action cams on them, you see the person's hands or handlebars during the video. But with the way I had this mounted last night in this particular bike, you would see none of the bike itself. Which I guess it's nice in a way because you get the full glimpse of as if you're riding. But at the same note, if you weren't thinking of it as a bike ride, it might be a little confusing because it looks like a very fast walk or a sped up video of exploring. You could see if you went to the right in any of these, you'd be heading downhill. And then up to the left, you're going back uphill. I didn't build enough momentum. I'm just gonna walk the rest of it. Almost looks like a jail cell on the right there. But at least that place feels secure. Not only do you have that, but you have these cement barriers on the right. Unless that supports the foundation of the house. I said cement or concrete, whatever it is. Not another uphill. Again, these are hills I can make, but I'm conserving my energy, so I'm not breathing so heavily on the video. But some very nice architecture throughout all this area. I like how they're not the cookie cutter houses that you see in today's day and age, where every house almost looks identical to each other. Yeah, I think that's an area we sort of came from already. So we're going to continue on down Willard Avenue instead. Now we're back at West Galler Street. Or Gaylor Street, I'm not sure how it's pronounced. Here's 7th Avenue, so we're a street away from where we were before on 8th Avenue. Alright, flash forward a bit. We're back to this spot near 8th Avenue. But instead we're going to take, instead of continuing on 8th Avenue on the left, we're going to take this road that goes downward. A car coming, so we'll pull over for them. Sidewalks actually appear to be cleaner to ride on. I'm going to go up on the sidewalk. The street is just a tad bumpy. I'll wait for this person to go by with their dog. Now we're getting a little bumpy again. Now we have to go back down to the street because there's stairs that go the rest of the way. But at least we didn't have to deal with all that vibration. That stop sign says stop and someone put an eating animals sticker on it. Just going to peek over here and check out Google Maps for a second. We're going to drive on this street until I see 6th Avenue. This is 7th Avenue, so it shouldn't be too far. Sixth Avenue appeared to be the best way to cross over. We're trying to get closer to the lake, but with all these elevation differences, it's a little bit confusing because you look at Google Maps and it looks like, oh, it's right there, but then you look in reality and there's an incline drop. This is 6th Avenue, but I think it's actually further down. That's what I'm talking about. Google Maps says 6th Avenue, but I look to the right and there's no road there. There's no entranceway here to this little park. I'll have to check Google Maps yet again. I think there is an entryway. But is that where I want to go? I don't know, this is all confusing a bit. Time to pause again. Alright, I'm back on. Yeah, it says it's the right way, we just have to walk. Oh, well, wait a minute. Can't walk down those. Is that where they're telling us to go? What the heck? Unless they're telling us to go over here to the left. Ah, there's no trail there. That's what the heck. Why does Google Maps say for a biker to go down those stairs? That's what I'm talking about, all these elevation differences. You run into scenarios where Google Maps is not quite accurate. There's probably a lot of stairs there and not going to be carrying the bike all the way down there. Well, we're deciding to carry the bike anyway. We looked down and there are some steps, but I think, sorry, I know it's hard to, because I got the tilt lock on. Once you get further on down, I think it becomes less of a, like no steps anymore. So we're taking that chance. It took us about 2 minutes to slowly walk down those steps. Hopefully there's not more stairs. I think we're at the bottom of it now where it's more of a trail. Just had to make sure I didn't need to veer to the left. You know, one wrong move, especially with these elevation differences, and you could end up having to backtrack a long way. And now it's telling me to go left and then back to the main road. Doing my own little shortcut and cutting down this grass hill rather than walking all the way to the end. gonna stop the video until I get to the next spot. So over there is the bridge that I'm trying to get access to. I assume it's a pedestrian bridge. I only looked at it on Google Maps. It seemed like the quickest way to cross over and get to the waterside bike route. So you could take the elevator, but I'll probably carry the bike up. Or we could try the elevator. You want to try the elevator, or? Yeah, we'll just carry it up. Bridge open 6 a.m. to 11 p.m. Bicycle riding, skateboarding are prohibited. That's fine though. Just stopped to take a quick picture. Nice, beautiful view. You can see the bike riders in the distance. Now we're going down the steps. See, there's a few scooters and electric bikes rentals deposited here. Wonder which side is for bike riding. Or how specifically to gain access to that waterfront part. My battery might be getting a little bit low on this Pocket 2, so I might try to rig up my power bank if I'm able to. I'm going to stop here and try that for a second. I've got my battery hooked up, I believe. The do not enter is just meant for cars. I don't know if there's a separate entranceway for bikes because that sign was going the opposite direction, but hopefully in a second we'll join the right direction if this wasn't the right direction. Yeah, so we're gonna cross. Maybe this is it. Yeah, we just stay on the right side. So this one is the bike trail portion. And then they have a separate walking path over there on the right. See, that whole journey walking down those steps and not quite knowing where we were going was worth it. We could have gone back to downtown Seattle and then started the trail going outward, but we wanted to see a perspective shot of driving into downtown. So like, even though the trees are blocking it for the camera purpose right now, it looks cool to see that you're approaching downtown as opposed to downtown being behind you. Look at that standing bicycle. Speed limit 5 miles per hour. That seems actually pretty low. I mean, you would think something more like 8 to 10 would be relatively safe still. I don't think I mentioned the weather yet at all today. When we first left, it was about 48 degrees, and then it was supposed to get up to low to mid 50s. That's probably where we're at right now. But very pleasant, understandable why lots of people are out taking advantage of the weather. I slowed down for a second there just to stop and look a little bit more. Soak in all the scenery. I see another mini bridge over here, assuming like connects back to like the area we just came from and a little bit closer to downtown. You know what I was wondering, because during that stretch we were riding, I could smell like a garbage smell. I was like, what's that garbage smell? And it must be that the garbage truck must have been making its way up and down. I think the walking and biking paths merge here for a little bit. That's why we're seeing more traffic. And this might be the conclusion of the dedicated bike path. There's still like a connecting trail if you wanted to take it all the way to West Seattle and Alki Beach. But for time purposes, we don't have the time to do that. See, we're back in downtown Seattle. You know how I know? Look, there's the Space Needle over there. We're going to go ahead and pull over to the side here for a second. Figure out our next move. Alright, so as far as bike riding videos go, I think that's the last bike riding video I'll do because we have to get ready to head back to our hotel, check these bikes back in, check out of the hotel, check into our new hotel, and then try to go to Lumen Park because we are going to the Seattle Sounders game. So as we're on our way back to the hotel, we wanted to come a little bit closer to the lakefront or waterfront. So you've got this picnic bench here. You can see the Space Needle peeking out just beyond that globe in the background there. Not sure if we'll be able to get there, but if we can somehow figure out a way where it's not raining and somehow we can rent bicycles on a different time, it'd be nice to take a route all the way across the way there where Alki Beach is. We'll see. I like this shot here. We've got the water, the rocks, and the green grass peeking out, with airplanes occasionally passing in the background. Here, turn around, Mike. Or just your head, more so. Okay. Nice view of the water. And then of Seattle. That's where we were taking the last shots down there, and we took this bridge going up. You can see it's got train tracks underneath the bridge. And let's walk back to this little ledge over here. That's the bike trail that we came on earlier. So because it looks like there's at least a partial bike lane, I'm going to film the ride headed back to our hotel, coming off of that bridge. Just had to reattach the gimbal back to my chest mount for a second. Although I don't know if this bike trail goes all the way. It looks like it only goes right here and then stops. Yeah, so we'll probably have to take the sidewalk here. We could take the street. I'll see, my brother's going to try to show me up. On the right side, he's beating me up the hill. And there it is, that yellow building up ahead is the Mediterranean Inn. If you liked this video, because I'm not sure if this will be the final video or not, but while I'm here, feel free to hit the like button, give us a subscribe if you haven't already, and thank you for tuning in. We will see you next time. This is the back garage area where we return the bikes to the Mediterranean Inn. Right over there. So before we checked out of the Mediterranean Inn, we wanted to pop up to the rooftop because they kept promoting it, and it had looked like a cute little place in the pictures, and that's indeed what it looks like. When we pan around here, if you see that street over there, that's the street we walked our bicycles up in the morning with the big hill. And then in the background there, if you can see that green patch of grass in the middle, let me zoom in here. That green patch of grass, like right in the middle there, that is where Carrie Park is, and we were looking down at downtown Seattle, and I pointed out, oh, there's the Mediterranean Inn with the yellow and white building. So yeah, that's where we were, and then we explored the Queen Anne area beyond that. So that all that stuff was up there, and eventually we made our way to the waterfront and took that bike path. But here's more of the actual rooftop. Nice table spots. I'm assuming these are either heating elements or lights, or maybe they're bug zappers. That's probably what they are, to keep the bugs away. But not bad views. The only unfortunate thing is you have the construction going on here. So the big crane is kind of in your picture of where the Space Needle is. You still get a view of it, along with Climate Place Arena. Sorry, Climate Pledge Arena. Getting ready to check out of room 520. Let's see here. When you first walk in, you've got the restroom on the left, toilet, towels, sink, and shower bath. Got a safe over there and a closet that you can use with an ironing board, a sink, and then in this drawer down here there's a mini fridge with a microwave also, and then the left side is just for storage purposes. I guess not storage purposes, it's for drinks and maybe coffee. Those ones are for storage purposes. Got the TV there, nice rolling chair. Red sitting chair. The view is toward another, looks like an apartment complex. When we were coming back to the Elliott Bay Inn on the bikes, we came from that direction coming up. So the garage would be like right underneath us. Then you've got clock, light, and the bed. Yeah, that's the snapshot of the room. Yes. Hello. And hello to me too, right? Alright, we gotta hurry up and check out now.